If you've never been to Green Drinks before, be brave and raise your hand because we want to give you a good welcome. That is great. If you've been here before, raise your hand. That's good. See these people and ask them questions too, because they're pros. But I want to introduce our committee too. My name is Leslie. And then in the back is Pat and Nancy. She's by me. There she is. And Ann and Carl and Grace and Aaron.
And Lynn, who's not here yet.
Lynn's not here. And Jonathan. There we go. So we have a great committee. It's an all-volunteer committee. And if you have questions or suggestions, please make sure you tell us or ask us, and we'll be happy to answer your questions or listen to what you have to tell us. It's great. So also this evening, she's not up here right now, but Chloe is our server. So if you need anything or at the end of the evening, you have a bill, that's who we want to settle up with this evening is Chloe. So thank you for your support, which reminds me, our two co-sponsors of Green Drinks is Duke's Ale House. Restaurant, and then Defenders of McHenry County. And they take care of our email list. And so if you aren't getting emails or you're new to us, on the back table there's a clipboard, and put your name and email address on there, and that's how you can keep connected. If you're not part of Defenders, I was talking to somebody this evening and they want to do that, just make it a little notation, and then they'll make sure you get on that email list as well. Okay, so Green Drinks, for those of you that are new, started a long time ago, not hundreds of years ago, but 1989, I think that's the year, across the pond. And some folks were having a beer and talking about environmental issues, and then they noticed other people were talking about environmental issues, so they started gathering together, and it became this worldwide thing. So now there are over 444 Green Drinks in the world. That's cool. So we continue to work to build our community, and so that's what we're doing here in the McHenry Green Drinks, is working to build our community, educating our community. We'll introduce her in a bit because she's our educational program this evening. And then at the end of the evening, we always offer time for community announcements that have to do with our environmental community. So we'll give you 1 whole minute. We time it, so look out. You don't know that. And then let us know what that's about. Tell us who you are, though, and what you're talking about. And then we'll make sure you get connected. And that's how you connect back to this great community that we're fortunate to have in the county. So going back to international world, there are new green drinks happening, and I want to tell you about them. There's one in New Zealand. It's Blenheim, New Zealand. Anybody been to New Zealand? You get points for going to New Zealand. Very nice. All right. There is one in India, Bangalore. Anybody been to Bangalore, India? Really? Sarah. That's super. All right. And then there is Galloway, Ireland. Anybody been to Ireland? Yes. Good, good. And in the States, we have Moorhead City, North Carolina. Anybody been down there? No? This is how we learn our geography, you know. And Paulsboro, I had not. No? Yeah? Yes? Yeah? Yes?
Question. Is there like a thing? I've never looked. Is there like a website that you could say, where is your,
Yes. So look up under USA, and then it lists the states, and then you click on the state that you're going to, and then see, but make sure that you look in, because some of them sometimes aren't as up to date.
And if you're going anywhere else in the world, it's greendrinks.org. And it will, you can just put in any country and it will show you all the sites that are.
Yeah. So Ann, stay standing because she's going to introduce next month's Green Drink.
Next month we got Jeff Miller. You probably all met Jeffrey at least once. He is one of our regulars, and with the president of the Green Fox Valley electric cars. Anyway, he has moved out of the area, but he is coming back next month, and he is going to his house here that he just sold like instantly. He had converted completely from all electric for his heat from natural gas, and so he is going to go over all of his data and talk about and the engineering that he went through, just so you have a feel for what the savings might be. If you wanted to try it, he has all kinds of answers for you.
Thank you. Thank you. And that's the first Wednesday of the month.
It's the
So
sixth. It's the
it's
sixth.
August 6th. Okay, so come back on August 6th for that. I think that takes care of everything to get us going this evening. And so I want to introduce Nancy, who will introduce our speaker.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. A great speaker for you tonight. Stephanie Tessmer is here. She is an environmental scientist and also a member of our Water and Natural Resources Protection Action Team. And she's going to be talking to us today about agroforestry, where she basically, I shouldn't say she, where she and her husband have basically turned their yard into a forest. So I myself grew up on a farm, so we had plenty of space for growing the food that we needed. But the idea of taking a 1/3 acre, right? 1/3 acre suburban lot and turning that into a food forest, I find fascinating. So I'm going to be very interested in hearing what Stephanie has to say tonight. And by the way, I should mention, she may be inviting all of us to a tour.
It's not a maybe, it's a definite.
I was going to say, listen carefully.
That's the end.
The tour. So you're Stephanie.
Hi, folks. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for coming out and listening to me jack my jaw at you tonight. This is a huge opportunity for me. I have never done anything like this, so just bear with me. It's going to be a new experience for all of us. I will have questions at the end of the presentation, and I will also, right before my final slide, talk about the tour. Okay? All right, so I just click over. Okay. So yes, the arrow over. Okay. Oh, I will. I'll let you know. All right, so we're here tonight to talk about urban agroforestry, or much simpler food forestry. So basically what that is urban agroforestry involves incorporating trees, shrubs, and perennials into city and suburban spaces like backyards, parks, and vacant lots to build sustainable food systems, boost environmental health, and strengthen community resilience. So you basically take pretty much everything you see in a forest and incorporate that into your property. And I am originally from Naples, Florida. And I met my darling husband at Florida Gulf Coast University, where I got a degree with him in environmental science. I spent a lot of my time in our food forest down at Florida Gulf Coast University. I learned everything you will see in this presentation tonight, and if you go on the tour, see on my property at home in Florida. What they do there is bring the community and the students together to educate folks and introduce folks into building more sustainable systems, as well as more nutrient rich food systems. Because I don't know if you folks know, I'm sure you've heard of these talks, our soil quality is not great and our food is not very nutrient rich. And this is a picture of their food forest. They've been going, I want to say we're almost 15 years now, and they're on a 1/4 of an acre. However, they don't have a home on their property. So as climate change continues to wreak havoc on our planet, it is becoming increasingly important to find sustainable ways to live, and one promising solution is permaculture. So what is permaculture? Permanent agriculture is the simplest way to put it, but it's better described as meeting needs through ecological and regenerative design. So it's an intentional design that you'll place on your property like you do any landscaping. You're just bringing in medicinal, edible, and usable plants. And when I say usable, there are food forests that use things like hemp and milkweed and break those down and use those fibers to make clothes. This is one of my favorite things. The layers of the food forest. Because we're all naturalists here. We all understand, to have a working ecosystem, there is multiple layers. And when you come out to our food forest, you will see every single one of these layers, with the exclusion of my mushrooms I'm working on hopefully next year, but we do have a lot of clover. So we're going to start at the top. We have our largest, which is our canopy on our property that is exhibited through our silver maple. Is the largest tree we have on our property. We're not very large, with 1/3 of an acre, so that serves as our upper canopy. Then you'll see our lower level canopy is our fruit trees, and we have a variety of trees. Counting them up, I think I want to say we've got about 10 fruit trees on the
10 fruit trees on the property for a third of an acre.
and multitudes
more.
more on that.
Get more on that.
Our shrub layer.
Our shrub layer
have
currants and berries.
Our
Our
herbaceous layer, we do post
forage and comfrey.
Our root
vegetables. I don't have any root vegetables in our permaculture system because unfortunately our original home burnt down. And so our soil, and I'm not even gonna bother testing it because I know it's garbage. So you'll see all of our regular vegetables, our annuals are grown in raised beds. You'll see those in pictures. We have our vertical layer, our climbers and our vines. I was blessed this year with our native honeysuckle, the yellow one that we have. It appeared on my property this spring. It's going to climb our birch tree. I'm very excited about it. Also in the back, we have our native muscadine grape if my chickens would stop eating. And last but not least, our ground covers exhibited through our mushrooms, our strawberries. We removed our strawberries this year, but we do have an inundation of clover, red and white all over our property.
Right.
So by integrating permaculture ethics into urban agroforestry, small plots can become thriving ecosystems that provide food, habitat, and environmental and community benefits. The three ethics form the basis for permaculture and involve caring for the earth that we live in, caring for the people that live in it, and making sure there is a fair share between them. So the biggest thing in permaculture and food forestry, and you're going to hear me talk about it in Beat It Till It's Dead, is education and resilience in our food systems. Because when we start doing stuff like this, it doesn't just help you, it helps your community, it helps your environment. There are over 85 forests in the United States, with several more globally. And they range from a quarter of an acre all the way up to large acreage plots. So, talk about how we created it.
I feel like it's going a lot faster than I thought, folks. Sorry. So we've used a variety of edible and medicinal plants, shrubs, and trees to build a working ecosystem. We are close to over 50 perennial plants right now. And when we get our annual beds up and running, which our beds, I think we have 12, I counted this spring. We almost doubled that. So we grow an impressive amount of food on our property, and I'm hoping this year we get to break the 1,000-pound mark. A tenth of an acre of a
food forest can grow potentially over 5,000 pounds of food.
That's insane. There's a food forest.
That's insane. There's a food forest in Los Angeles that does this, and I'm absolutely mind blown that they feed a family of 4, not just them, but their community as well.
So I don't know if you saw in the beginning of
the little
trailing
vine.
There was a trailing vine. Social media, and that is what we looked like last year.
This is how much we grew this year.
Those of you that
may have come out to the property last year, there were a few defenders that came out for a tour. You saw the two beds that I had installed last year. We've added to that. We've added more raspberry bushes. And believe it or not, this picture was only taken 2 weeks ago, and it is crazier than that right now. It's all going to be pictures and just little bits. So this is what we did last year. We do trellis a lot. Because we don't have a lot of space, I do allow my winter squash to vine out over the ground. However, things like our cucumbers and watermelon, mini watermelon, were trellised last year. We use a lot of companion planting. This confuses our pests, except for last year. We had a rough list.
I'm
hoping we were all the rage last year, and then everyone forgot about us this year. So because we plant everything together, that does keep the pests confused. It also involves bringing in your predator bugs. We companion plant with things like sweet alyssum, yarrow, borage. They bring in predator bugs, which then come in and feast on all of our pests.
This is this year.
This is where we started our first year. I apologize. Did you see?
This was originally a 5
by 10 bed that we reused some wood that was left on the property when we bought the property.
property. We started there in our first year, we grew 3 pumpkins, a couple of pounds of tomatoes. It wasn't anything big and fancy. We continued to grow from there. That's the thing about food forestry is it is a constantly evolving ecosystem. Nothing is ever the same and it is different every year. And for those of you that are gardeners in the room, you know that it is always an experiment and always a learning process. Something new every year. So this year we have potatoes, onions, tomatoes, black raspberries. There's a thornless blackberry behind this tomato. Rhubarb. Carrots are back there. I've got some peas. And then in the back, that's more like where we had our dog going and everything. We use the wood chips around everything to sequester water and carbon. It keeps my water bills down. All right, so I am going to summarize this for you folks because it's a lot. Urban food forestry provides a variety of benefits for not just the community but the natural world as well. From providing sustainable, resilient food security through collaboration and education to boost biodiversity, sequester water and carbon, and improve soil health. So what if everyone had some form of permaculture garden on their property? What if everyone had the ability, even that 1/10 of an acre, to grow that kind of food? Would it take us off of the food systems that we already depend on? Would we start to become healthier because all of a sudden we know where our food is coming from? We have more control over what we're putting in our bodies. And then my personal favorite, talking about the food we get out of the food forest. So this is a picture of some of the harvests that we've harvested over the last couple of years. We've got a couple of varieties of lettuce, my little baby carrots. We've got some golden beets. And then over the last couple of years, we've taken our enormous harvest of tomatoes and turned them into sauce, as well as a variety of other things. This is one of my favorite sauce recipes. It's super easy. You take all your tomatoes, your garlic, your onions, whatever you want, shallots, season it, olive oil, slow balsamic. You roast it, throw it in a blender, throw that over pasta. Super fresh, super easy, and absolutely delicious. This might be everyone's favorite part. We have chickens. This is actually a picture of a couple of our older flock from last year. We do have working birds on the property, so they only stay with us about 3 or 4 years. I don't know if you folks know, but most chickens, their laying does start to go down within about year 3 or 4. So we send them to retirement. This does not mean freezer camp. We have a gentleman that takes them with a 5-acre lot about 10 minutes up the road, and he's been taking our OG birds, we call them, and they've been retiring. Unfortunately, all the birds you see here did pass away, which is why I put them in our top tonight so that they could be immortalized. Their names are Sunny, Darth Edgar, and Nebula. And we are partial to our rainbow eggs, so all of our chickens are rainbow eggers. They all have different colored eggs that they lay, so our baskets generally look like this. The fun thing about chickens is not only the entertainment and food factor, is they provide a loop closure for us, which is incredibly important. All of our food scraps, including some of our meat scraps, because chickens are omnivores, go back to our chickens. They provide back to us eggs, fertilizer, and All right, I mentioned before, and all the pictures that you see here were taken on the property. I mentioned before that last year we had a serious issue with pests. This year, cavalry arrived. So we've been incredibly grateful. We've seen all stages of the ladybugs. It's been a blessing on our tours to be able to show folks different stages of the predators that help us in our garden. When you use nature to fight nature, you're much more successful than using your synthetic pesticides and sprays. We also were treated to a robber fly this year. I'm not sure if you folks have ever seen that. We thought it was a bee, except for when I came upon this bee in the garden, it had a wasp in its mouth. And I thought that's interesting behavior for a bee. And a quick look up, we realized it's a robber fly. They look just like a bee. Their wings are a little bit different, but he was in there eating all the things we didn't want on our plates. I'm gonna touch a little bit on the medicinal plants that we have on our property. I did bring one of my favorite books. It's just Midwest Medicinal Plants. For those of you who want to take a look at this, you most likely have quite a few of these in your yard. All of the blue tabs are plants that we have on the property. We did add a prickly pear, aromatic aster, and a prairie smoke, which is also medicinal. I have not marked those in that book yet. So in this picture, we've got a little bit of our native gill next to an arborvitae on our back fence line. I use our back fence line as like a mother plant nursery, so I'll get 1 or 2 native plants or any sort of plants that we're working on and let them grow big and tall, and the next year divide them and place them where we need. Use them around our trees for gills. So comfrey is one of the things that we absolutely adore using for a gild because it can be used as an edible and a medicinal. It's great for bruises and to knit broken bones. However, we use it because it's a biodynamic accumulator. It is an incredibly deep taproot, and as it pulls all of those nutrients and water up and dies at the end of the season, it drops all that nice fertilizer right at the base of wherever we planted it. In this picture, we've got some Joe Pye weed and 2 types of bee balm, our scarlet bee balm and our spotted bee balm. Joe Pye weed can be used in a tea for digestive issues as well as an anti-inflammatory and to treat fever and colds. Bee balm can be used to treat fevers and bronchitis as well as an anti-inflammatory. It is in the mint families, but also has a variety of uses for whatever you know from the mint family. I preface all of this with please check with your doctor before using anything. One of my favorite plants that I don't have a picture on, but I know most folks have in their yard or have seen in the wild or have seen at big box stores is yarrow. It is an incredible multi-purpose plant. It can stop our bleeding and pain like that. I have used it in the garden. I have cut myself before, chewed it up, and it tastes fine. Slapped it on whatever I cut myself, stops the bleeding, and the pain goes away almost instantly. The flowers can be chewed to help with toothaches. It has a variety of uses. So the future of food forests. All right, folks, my mouth got very dry up here. So what can you do to build food resiliency? You can start small. You can start with pick the 2 crops that you eat the most. Start there. And then every year, grow a little bit more. Figure out what you buy the most at the grocery and start figuring out a way to provide that for yourself on your property. When you start doing things that you eat more frequently, you're going to find more joy. Well, this is something I eat almost every day. When you grow it, you're going to find out it tastes way better than the store. There's so many varieties of things that you don't see at the store. For instance, we grow black tomatoes, purple peas, yellow raspberries. We even incorporate our Native American Lakota squash. I've tried for 3 years, and this year we finally have a fruit. I'm very excited. So we are trying to help folks remember the plants that we've had in this country and that we've evolved alongside of, but have also not seen in the grocery store, and that we've survived on for as long as humans have been here. And there's so many varieties of foods that we don't know about because we're used to just seeing what we see at the grocery store. I see Brenda Dorfler's out there. So thank you very much. This came from your Master Gardener's tour. I very much appreciate you all taking a great picture of me. Don't take pictures of myself. So I will be offering a tour. I do have next Saturday open. And I can offer a tour for anyone in this room next Saturday, and we can figure out a time after the talk. I also will put up a link here and momentarily with my socials page, which has our Facebook page, and on there is also a public tour schedule, and you're free to sign up for any of those tours as well. All right. And in closing, urban food forestry can be used to cultivate resilience together. Remember to use nature as a neighbor, and it goes smoother when we work with nature. Help the next generation plant the path forward. And folks, please keep calm and start the food revolution. There's our edible revolution. There's our edible Facebook. Thank you for on Facebook. Thank you very much for your time. I hope I didn't go over time, Nancy. And I will go ahead and take some questions now. Yes.
You did an amazing job.
Thank you.
You didn't need to preface it by saying you don't do this, because we would have thought you would have been on TED Talk rated. You did a mark. But I am curious. With your chickens, you have like a some type of shelter that they go into at night. What do you do to protect your chickens from predators and especially on a small property like that?
So we do they're in the backyard. They free range in the backyard. They have a portioned area. So in front of where this bed is here, there's a fenced in area where they have their own little chicken yard. They are in an igloo omelet coop, which is a super fancy coop because I didn't want to buy 100 coops over my lifetime. I just wanted to buy one and be done with it. It's amazing. It's double insulated like a cooler. So they go in there, it has a little jacket we put over it for the winter time, and it also comes with a run which has a skirt on the run, so there's nothing that can dig underneath there. And so we put them up there during the day when they are free ranging. We do have a radio going, and we would like to invest in one of those wacky, wavy, inflatable arm men because Darth Decker we lost her to a hawk, unfortunately, and the hawk is just doing what the hawk's gonna do. But we learned when you keep the radio on, it seems to keep the predators down. We do have foxes and coyotes and raccoons, but they've never seemed to be an issue, thankfully. Yes.
Any issues with deer or other predators? And
what do your neighbors think?
Neighbors think, there's a lot of neighbors complain about crazy yard.
Well, we'll start with the second question. I live in unincorporated and I'm kind of allowed to do whatever I want. I've even gotten the township to allow me to use the easement for a wildflower patch because I'm not cutting their ditch. And I actually haven't had issues with deer. We do have the occasional deer that roams through our neighborhood. I'm located over by the McHenry Drive-In. But for the most part, they stay on the other side of Chapel Hill. I think that the traffic is just too much and they don't really cross Chapel Hill too much. Gratefully, because there's an all-you-can-eat buffet over there. Yes.
I have a question about the yarrow that you talked about.
Yes.
The medicinal properties are in the blossom, if it's dried out.
The entire plant is edible and medicinal. The roots, the leaves, and the flowers.
Even when it's dry.
Even when it's dried. Again, I would do your research and check with a doctor. Some things can affect your liver if you're on liver medications, so that's why I preface check with your doctors, please. Yes, sir.
Your chickens are eating all of your scraps. Are you creating any of your own dirt?
I do compost whatever they don't eat because there is some things that chickens are not allowed to have. We do have a small compost on the property, and then their bedding and stuff also goes into a compost pile that they then turn themselves. And when we need fertilizer, we dig at the base of that pile.
My lot's small, and I seem like I'm getting way too much dirt. Like it's like, what do you do with it after a while? It's kind of like.
I wish I had that.
But compost, very efficient. Like that.
You can teach me a few things. If I had that problem, I would be topping off my beds regularly because as you saw in the pictures, they're in raised beds and there's no base on them, so they are connected to the ground, but it does settle over time. Yes, ma'am.
You ever get rabbits?
Yes. I kind of just want to leave it at that. This is the first year we've actually noticed ticks on our property, and we're noticing it's because of the influx of rabbits. Usually the rabbits don't really mess with our stuff. However, this year they found they like digging in my garden beds, so I started trying the cheap option with the Irish Spring soap, and that's where they bed down at night because underneath like our black raspberries and behind some of our like elderberry that we have, they bed down and because it's thick there and they want protection. I understand, but we tried to deter them a little bit. They don't really eat my they did eat my beets last year. Okay. They don't eat my lettuce, surprisingly. And I've seen my lettuce. They don't eat mine either.
They like clover.
There was one here. Sorry, Grace.
Mine was a common actually. A good option. I found at least for deterring rabbits is the coyote or
okay, that was my next. I was gonna.
I found that if you put it into an old like film canister with cotton balls and you hang it, that way it doesn't get washed away.
I'll be honest, we've used urine on the property to turn the predators as well, so. You gotta do what you gotta do. I will try that for the rabbits out front. Thank you. Grace? Grace, sorry.
Why did you get rid of your strawberry?
Because the 5x10 bed that they were in was overtaken by crabgrass this year and I didn't have a new home for them, so I'm hoping I can reinstall some strawberries next year. They do make a great ground cover, they just got beaten out by the crabgrass. Hold on, there was a gentleman over here.
What are your thoughts on using treated lumber for raised beds?
I would not recommend it. There tends to be a lot of heavy metals and stuff in treated lumbers, and those can leach into your soils and then eventually leach into your produce and stuff. It's the same reason why we don't grow a lot of stuff in our chicken beds, like in our chicken yard either, because technically their salmonella could transfer over into the food as well. We only have a cherry tree on that side of the property, but the chickens aren't like actively pooping at it every day, all day, so we assume it might be okay.
Your beds were just made out of just regular.
So I bought my two beds from Vigo, which is a company that started up last year. And then this year because they were so popular, there was a knockoff company and it's a corrugated metal that we use that's sealed. And I do keep an eye on them, make sure they're not breaking down.
Cedar is a good choice.
I will preface, we are on a small income, so we do what we can. I would love cedar beds, but that cedars. So, yes, ma'am. Sorry, Nancy first. I apologize. There's a lot of
No, that's good. That's good. People are interested. I can believe you gain great satisfaction from doing this. Being able to believe you gain great satisfaction from doing this. Being able to eat your produce that you're creating on a daily basis. Are you able, Stephanie, to grow enough food to actually can some for throughout the year?
Last year was the first year we were able to actually put up 5 jars of tomato sauce. We were able to put up several pumpkins that we grew last year. We were able to gift one of them to a friend, which was awesome for her. And we gave a lot of our produce away last year to a much larger freezer this year. We've already started freezing all of the raspberries that we have. We've almost got 4 pounds of raspberries we pulled off of our bushes already, and we're still going. So if you need raspberries, come on over. I've got 3 different colors. I've got 3 different colors. I got black, yellow, and red, and it's amazing. Yes, ma'am. I use whatever the tree companies drop. I do ask to make sure that they are not black walnut and they weren't diseased trees. But I, for the first couple of years, used a website called chipdrop.com. Until this last year, it seems to be a little infrequent. So I had some tree workers come out and clear some stuff away from my electrical line and just asked that they bring wood chips, and they dropped it in our driveway. We had 6 yards this year that we moved. I'm surprised I'm still here after that. So, yes, ma'am.
What have you found the best way to water your tree garden?
We run soaker hoses, excuse me. We run soaker hoses, and I pray for a lot of rain. Yes, I do harvest some rain barrels. I want to talk to you about that, the rain barrels and harvesting off the roof. I had seen a comment a couple weeks ago about that, and I have questions for you about that. Okay.
As all shingles.
Back way in the back.
You, sir. That's okay.
That stops bleeding.
Yarrow.
And you mentioned maple was your canopy tree.
My silver maple is my tallest, my upper canopy. Yes,
And
sir.
what are you getting besides shade from that?
We can't eat seeds. My chickens love them. I did try them this year. They taste like peas. When they're green, they come off the maples. You can eat those little pods, and you can tap it. Also, you can also tap my birch as well, which I have saved the birch. Thank you. Zap, my brain just. There was one more question back there.
The name of the plants that attract predator.
So there's a variety of plants. We use things like nasturtium, sweet alyssum particularly brings in a parasitic wasp, and they're really small, but they go to town on our predator, on our pests. And borage. Thank you for that. Yes. Anything that I missed, she can back me up. I know you got me. Anyone else? Okay. Go ahead.
stuff like dandelions and like your typical like big weeds that always come back?
We actually allow a lot of our quote unquote weeds to grow. Many of the weeds that we are programmed, I guess, to believe are weeds are medicinal. Dandelions were actually brought here as a medicinal plant. We used to grow yards of dandelions before we started getting into grass. Curly dock you see a lot around here is also a medicinal plant, and there's two types of plantain a lot of people see as weeds and are also medicinal. We let most of them grow. If they're in an area that we need them to move, we remove them. The clover doesn't really suppress the dandelions, unfortunately. Dandelions are a great way to tell you that your soil is compacted, though, because they break up your soil for you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Talk about this.
That's
okay.
Pesticides,
or is it all organic?
I am all organic which I'm using a bonine 3 and on my fruit trees because we tried last year to do it without, and we unfortunately were not successful. We have tried neem oil, we have tried soap sprays, we have tried everything we can. It is approved for organic gardening. It is an OMI. I go for my health, my fruit trees from Royal Oak Orchard here in Woodstock. Dennis Norton is an apple tree whisperer, and he has helped us tremendously through helping us figure out what sprays we can use. We only sprayed once this year, and now we unfortunately are seeing disease come. But everywhere else our predators do the job. Yes, Nancy.
Stephanie, can you go over again exactly how people could come and tour?
Yes. So you can go on my Facebook page. I have a bunch of business cards up here. You can see that has my phone number and my email address on it. You can email me. You can text me. Leave a message because I don't answer phone numbers. I don't know. I'm sorry. And let me know you're interested for next weekend's tour. I can also maybe send out an email for the people that were here.
At the office, and I can help you with that as well.
And I did my tour last week. I was going to do it at 10. I'll probably do it at 9 because it's going to be pretty warm. And definitely bring hats. And the only thing I preface is if you're going to come and tour, please do not wear shoes that you have had in a previous chicken yard or a previous farm in the last 30 days. We are very careful about the bird flu going around. Yes, thank you. So we have a fairly large parking driveway, and I would prefer that everyone park in our driveway if we can. If we go over, park immediately in front of my house or towards the southern end of my property. We do not want to bother any of our neighbors in the northern end of our street. They get fussy about cars in front of their properties, so I just leave it alone. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What's your plan for the future?
My plan for the future is to keep doing this. Keep growing, keep getting bigger, and keep going and reaching out to the community and educating, because this is how I share my talent and my gifts with the world, and it inspire everyone to light their own lights and grow their own food, and then start to do the same thing I'm doing here. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever heard of kale and clay spray for apples?
I have, and I have not been able to locate. I have some, and it's not that I can't locate it, it's I'm just not well versed in it. I'm also interested in putting the lime wash on our trees as well. But I'm not sure how well that's going to do in our winter. It's something I saw a lot of in Florida, but I'm not sure how that may help us in winter because it's white and those, I'm not sure if it's going to freeze my trunks. So there's still. But if you want to get with me after, I'd love to hear what you have to say about it.
I heard another guy on the internet talk about it, and he swears by it as a non-chemical option.
Okay. We do use diatomaceous earth before I heavily use that at the base of my fruit trees, because we have ants that go up and down to feed off of the aphids. But like I said, we've had a ton of ladybugs. They've been going to town on my apple trees. They're great. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
How tall do you trellis, and what plant do you trellis?
The trellis I have is a little taller than I'm 5'4", so it's probably 6 feet, but it's tucked into. Okay. How tall?
It's probably closer to like 5'10".
Okay. Give or take a couple inches. And we trellis our cucumbers and our mini melons is what I'm trellising this year. And I use my squash bed. We actually grow three sisters, and so I use my corn as my trellis for my scarlet runner beans. Any other questions?
Could I just ask the room, how many people in this room are trying something similar? Maybe not on this grand scale, but you're trying something similar at your house. How many people? Several. I was just curious.
So when we start all doing that and that all comes together, we'll no longer have food deserts for us and the animals. Everyone will have food. That's what's exciting. Thank you.
Great question. Good. So this would be our time for announcements. Remember, we'll give you a whole minute and make sure it's applicable to this environmental. And I will try to stretch the microphone, okay? Or if you think it's going to be a bit, well, I will have you come on up here. Is that okay? Thank you. And stand up, please, when you talk. Thanks.
Do we only need one today?
Yeah, the Zoom didn't work today, unfortunately.
So sorry. I'm Nancy Gatsior. I am with the Wildflower Preservation and Propagation Committee. We help you to go native in your yard. The next Native Yard Walk is July 20th. You can learn more about us at www.wpbc.org. I'm also a board member of the Food Shed. Is anybody here a Food Shed owner? Oh, look, a few of you aren't, but you know, you can still become an owner. Does everybody have a food shed? Yes. If you don't, come now. We would love to have you. I think it's a beautiful store and you will be so impressed. So please come to the Food Shed Co-op in Woodstock on Route 14. And I think we would put that. Are you planning on doing more of those locations? Do what? Are you planning on doing more of those locations? More locations? Oh, we just need to get the first one going. We're doing great. Our sales have been going up, but they're not quite. We need to go up more. So we need you all to shop. So please come shop at our store. If you're not an owner, please become an owner. So thank you. You're fine. Did I go faster than? No, I put you on hold. You got a question.
So I'm Scott Kuykendall, I'm the Water Resources Specialist for McHenry County, and who's heard of a watershed?
All right.
A lot of hands go up. McHenry County, we are in the process of developing a strategy, countywide watershed planning. Historically, a group comes together, does fundraising and planning, and does an enormous amount of effort to get a watershed plan done for a sub-watershed. What we really need to do is do it across the entire county. So we're developing the strategy, and we're going to be doing lots of public education and outreach over the next year, starting at the county fair, rolling out one of the tools that we're developing. It's a GIS-based tool where you can go online and pull up aerials and layers and identify areas that have water quality issues, flooding issues, areas that could be redeveloped for green infrastructure. And we're trying to empower the community to have a role in our watershed planning. So the county fair will have a table set up specifically for watershed planning. Okay, that's one hat. Now I'm going to put on another hat. So, hello everybody. My name is Scott Kuykendall. And who's heard of a watershed? So this every year we have a new program called the Water Forum, and every year we choose a different topic related to water resources. This year we're going to be focusing on watershed planning, and we're going to have a great speaker, Cecily Coons from Baxter Woodman, give an overview of watersheds, and then we're going to have Bradley Andreessen and Michelle Zimmerman from the village of Algonquin talking about how they have implemented green infrastructure and utilized utilize watershed plans to pay for that infrastructure. It's a great program. We have this great restaurant called Sail Kitchen Catering. So this is going to be September 10th, Wednesday, September 10th, from 5:30 to 8 at the McHenry County College Auditorium. So you'll hear more about it, but please get that on your calendar. That's all I got. Thanks, guys.
What? It'll be in the newsletter.
The fantastic article, hot off the press.
I'll get the tagline in.
Just watch the green cord.
Oh, okay.
Although I've got you trained pretty well.
I'll do the second ad of the evening for the county fair. The environmental defenders for the county and the Citizens Climate Lobby and TCC and so forth will all be in the conservation corner in Building C at the county fair. Two things about that. We would love to have come visit us there. But secondly, we would love if you would like to volunteer with the defenders at our table. I think maybe Cecilia will be there.
Nancy, I'll be there. Well, and I'll be at the water forum.
Oh, not the. Maybe they'll be, come on. Oh, anyway. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, because we do the way we get the kids to our booths. Come on, for us. So anyway, do come see us. Secondly, though, my ad will be. Sure. You can become. Well, hopefully, most of you're already members. But if you're not, please join us. See, Grace or Aaron. They'll gladly sign you up to be a member. And then when you are a member, T-shirts, which I think are really cool. I love the colors. The colors are available through site. You can buy them online in what's called our store. If you go to our website, just look for the word store, and you can order them through online, and then the shirts flag would be delivered to the defender's office of the stock keepers up there. So thank you.
Thanks, Nancy.
Jacob's cake books don't have to be it's perfect.
Somebody coming all the way back and make free.
Like it's okay, it's across the square.
Hi, everybody. I'm new to this event, so.
Welcome.
I just wanted to do a quick plug. I'm with Moraine Hills State Park. We are building a community of volunteers to help steward the land there. There's some really diverse plants that I'm learning about it all, but it's a white oak woodland that we're trying to restore and maintain and encourage the native plants to grow. So it's every Saturday from 9 to 12. And if you want more information, you can email savemorainehills@gmail.com and ask any questions you want. Hope to see you all there. Yes, ma'am. I'm glad I made it.
What's your Mickey? Hey friends, so I'm Carol Elkins. I am today with my hat on from the Land Conservancy in McHenry County. Several of you here in the room have had conservation and health visits, but for those of you that have not had one yet, just want to invite you to conservemc.org. Look at our website. We also run a conservation at work and conservation HOA program. And bear with me while I get my notes. Just to mention our sales that are going on right now. So we are running a summer sale. So we always have a spring and fall sale, but this summer we're actually running some tree and shrub sales with Majestic Oaks Nursery. So right now we have 6 species of trees, 21 species of shrub, and some dormant jack in the pulpit for sale. And you can order things through July 21st. And then pick up your orders at Majestic Oaks on 7/25. There are very specific hours and that date only for this. Otherwise, our tree and shrub and plant sale will be. Thank you. Pre-order is 7/31. Pickup is 9/13 and 13. We also plans for sale that day as well. Thank you very much.
Just use it as a.
Hello, Sally Harmon. My hat today is from the Board of Health, and I had a great meeting yesterday with Peter Austin, that's our county administrator, and they're open. I asked them to stop using government money by single-use plastic. And he said they're open to it, and Mike Bueller even said we need to. So I really need some momentum on this. They're hoping maybe to implement this plan in the fall. So if you write your county board member
if you know of like a good business leader, a leader in this area that can email Mike or Peter Austin and just to to promote this and say this is a great thing for the county, I would really appreciate it. So thank you so much.
Where do we is there a website we can go to get some suggested language or?
No, but I can write something. I can write something in the defender's letter.
We can send out a separate email, like an action alert. Yeah.
Brenda, you can go right after me. I just have some good news. As of today, any hotel in the state of Illinois has over 50 rooms. Can no longer have those miniature. That all went into effect today, and so they all have to have the full-size pumps in their showers and their bath. That's good news. Reduces the plastic in it.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Brenda Delfers. I am the program coordinator at U of I Extension. I run the Master Gardener and Master Naturalist programs. Still have room to get you into the Master Naturalist program for this coming fall if you're interested. I got this email today and I thought this was just an appropriate place to share it. It is from our Net Zero and Sustainability Research Coordinator. It says, I am reaching out to invite you and your colleagues to the upcoming McHenry County Electric Mowing and Tool Field Day, an exciting opportunity to explore the economic and climate benefits of electric landscaping equipment and how they can be viable for your outdoor operations. We partnered with the Illinois Department of Natural Resources to host this event within your region. The event is part of the DNR's, the IDNR's Climate Action Plan, which aims to reduce its climate footprint through sustainable site operations and public education. It is being held at Moraine State Hills Park on Wednesday, July 16th, 10 to noon. We will showcase various electric outdoor equipment from participating vendors, including commercial and residential lawnmowers, string trimmers, chainsaws, leaf blowers, and more. The event is free and open to the public, although we do have a registration suggestion. I left a couple of the flyers on the back table, and then I have this one here that I can also give up easily. I just needed to be able to read it, but that's what the form is. Thank you. That's very good.
What's the department into?
DNR. Oh, that's me. No, Master Natural University of Illinois. Thank you. There's a flyer for that.
Okay, then I have it. Thank you. Thank you.
I wanted to take advantage of the hologram kind of look.
Good look.
So maybe you know the most moment of 2024 was the removal of the Carpenter Dam, and that thank you that opened the way for the largest event that Friends of the Fox has ever done as far as an investment in time, energy, etc. With our paddling event just a couple weeks ago. We have lots of events happening all the time. Come on downstream to our Schweitzer Environmental Center. Monday night, we're having a star party for families. Sunday, our former educator Jenny is doing a presentation about our 200-mile canoe trip. The largest event in the entire watershed. It's our Fox River Days coming up in September. Right before that is our biggest fundraiser, and that's No Clean Water, No Good Beer. And we're looking for people to help us with raffle or auction items like a tour of a food forest. And check us out on Facebook and you'll see green drinks there. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello. This is my first time being here, but my name's Aiden. I'm the source conservationist for McHenry Lake County Soil Water Conservation District. And this is a message to if there are any producers in the room who are interested in implementing conservation practices like cover crops, no-till, strip-till, the installation of pollinator habitats on your property, any kind of stuff like that. You know, please come and talk to me, and I can hopefully help and provide you guys some cost share on implementing those practices. So, and thank you very much for all this, guys. It was awesome.
Anybody else? Okay.
Thank you so much.
Excellent time that you have.
So I have, again, I'm Nancy Gaziorek, and the other thing I wanted to tell you all about is City of Crystal Lake is doing some amazing things to work on water conservation. And they are building huge rain gardens. And this is helpful in many ways. It's conserving water, but it's also helping to mitigate the flooding around Crystal Lake. And we have a small group of volunteers that are helping them as volunteer stewards to go out and scout the areas, let them know. They do have environmental contractors to do some of the big work, but they need people to go out and monitor these areas and look for the bad guys like green canary, phragmites, loosestrife, all the things we hate. Even I found a nasty crop of catalpa trees coming up in one of the sites. We also do some demo gardens, one at City Hall. We also do some demo gardens, one at City Hall, one in downtown Crystal Lake, and we do a demo garden at one of the big rain gardens. So if you're interested in being a steward, please contact me. You can find me through the wbbc.org or just yell at me when you today. If you're interested, we'd love to have volunteer stewards. So thank you.
Come on up, Kat. I want to talk to the gardens if I want to do that.
Oh, okay. Great, thank you. I will send you an email.
Hi, I'm Kathy Phelan. I just want to let you know that I volunteer at the Smart Farm in Barrington. It's located on the property of Good Shepherd Hospital. We grow food organically for the food pantries. And the food goes to many local food pantries, Carpentersville, and then also on the south side of Chicago. And if a doctor sees a patient that is in need of good food, and they live in a food desert, they can write a prescription for the patients, and we will give them a bin of food, We've just been given 27 additional acres. We're currently growing on about 2 acres. The hospital had just put up 3 huge greenhouses that we're expanding to. And it's an incredible program, and we're always looking for volunteers. So thank you.
Anyone?
We're going to introduce here.
Hey, everybody. Erin Kennedy, with the Environmental Defenders of McHenry County. It's really nice, so many new faces. I just wanted to let you guys know you guys are always welcome. This is a standing presentation and program. So as it suits your schedule, you are more than welcome, and we'd love to see you come back again. You're always welcome. We're really doing a big push for membership. So if you want to Grace or I, our communications and membership manager.
Yeah.
Come talk to us. We can talk to you about what the defenders can offer you if you're interested in a renewal, or if you need to check and see the status of your membership. We'd love to help you with that. Thank you again for coming.
Yeah. No. So save the date. It's November 1st this year. Anybody know what that is? So that's hang at SCC. So just a quick reminder, put that on your calendar. If you have a table or exhibit that you want to offer for that, get in touch. Go on the website for SCC Sustainability and tune in, and you'll keep promoting that. So we are delighted that you're this evening. We know it's a holiday week, and in fact, we know we're celebrating that Independence Day, but keep in mind that we are still interdependent. We depend on so many other people and things in our world, and this beautiful world that we share together. So continue to take care of it. Keep it precious. You all are precious too. Keep working together. There's lots of things to be involved in. Thank you for coming. We will see you in August, and take care, please.